The hitman was about to make his move, but his line of sight was blocked by a beautiful woman. Being a professional, he shifted his focus to the target without hesitation. However, he couldn't resist glancing back at the woman and noticed his heart rate skyrocketing. He quickly adjusted his breathing to bring his heart rate back to normal, knowing that only then could he make a precise shot. He chambered around, locked his scope onto the target's head, and squeezed the trigger. The woman happened to step in front of the target, taking the bullet. The hitman tried to take another shot, but the security guards had already drawn the curtains. He had no choice but to abandon the mission and initiate his escape plan. He swiftly packed up his gear, put on a helmet to conceal his face, and disguised himself as a motorcyclist. He tossed the silencer into a sewer and threw the gun in as well. He rode to the edge of a bridge, abandoned the motorcycle, and tossed the helmet into the lake. He then made his way to a pre-booked motel, stripped off all his clothes, and thoroughly cleaned every part of his body, even shaving his beard and using perfume to mask his scent. He took a taxi to the airport, making sure no one was following him, and only then did he discard his backup pistol in a trash can. It was this level of meticulous attention to detail that had kept him from being caught. He had always pushed the details to the extreme. He thought he was about to get away clean, but then he noticed a police dog paying attention to him. He immediately turned and went to the restroom, where he used cleaning agents to wash himself again. Finally, he successfully passed through security and called in to report the mission status. This was the first time he had failed, and he could only go home and wait for further orders. Afterward, he destroyed his phone, using each phone only once before discarding it. On the plane, the man didn't let his guard down. He carefully observed his surroundings. A man in sunglasses kept looking at him for over 3 seconds. This person seemed suspicious. He paid close attention to the man's movements and noticed that he was always nearby. Deciding to cancel his flight, he made sure he was 100% safe before finally heading home. Upon reaching his destination, he drove his car toward the suburbs, still keeping an eye out for any threats. It wasn't until he was close to home that he took off his sunglasses. The man sensed that something was wrong. He noticed unfamiliar footprints and cigarette butts. His wife never smoked. He armed himself and hurried back home, only to find it empty, with a kitchen knife and bloodstains on the floor. He quickly called his wife and learned that she had been taken to the intensive care unit. His brother told him that a man and a woman had broken into the house, but they didn't seem to be there for robbery. His sister had survived by hiding in the woods. The intruders had left in a taxi. The man couldn't contain his rage. He was determined to find the culprits and make them pay.